Hello, everybody, and welcome to this live broadcast on Facebook and YouTube. Hello, Angelika.
Hello, Stephen.
It's good to see you. Right now, this is Ask Angelika, where Angelika visits virtually at the moment, of course, German towns and cities around Germany, obviously. And today, where are we going today, Angelika?
Well, today we're going to a place beginning with V, because that's how far we got into the alphabet. And we're visiting Vechta. And I've heard of Vechta, but I have to say I've actually never been.
This is in the northwest, top left-hand corner of Germany.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So now I can bring up the card on screen so everybody who comes and watches us will know where we are today. And I'm glad I checked before we went live that it's Vechta, not Vector.
Vechta.
Vechta. Oh,
Vechta. Well, I picked up a good town there then.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying Vector all morning when I've been searching things. So, Ask Angelika visits Vector. Welcome to the show. And the way this works is Angelika's put 10 sentences together, or possibly 9 sentences about Vector in German with translations in English. I'm going to read the German. Angelika is going to correct me. And then at the end of it, we'll read all 9 sentences. Angelika will do the German, and I'll do the English, so you hear how it should sound. So without further ado, let's start with the first phrase today. And the first phrase is, Vechta ist die Kreisstadt des Landkreises Vechta in Niedersachsen.
Yes, Vechta ist die Kreisstadt des Landkreises Vechta in Niedersachsen.
Okay, so pretty close. So still struggling with Vector and Vector. And translating this, Vector is the town, county town?
Yeah, county, district, town. It's difficult to translate because the Landkreis and our counties is not quite the same. So I've translated it as district town. It's a bit more than county town. So district is probably a better translation.
And Niedersachsen is Lower Saxony, because we've been traveling Lower Saxony in previous episodes. So the official translation of phrase 1 is Vector. It's the district.
Actually, I have no idea how you would pronounce it in English. I mean, if an English person's, I mean, you know, like Munich and München. So I guess in an English sentence, you would be forgiven.
Forgive me then, I'm going to say Vector is the district town of the district of Vecta in Lower Saxony. So we'll find out more about the town as we go on to phrase 2. Rund 33.000 Menschen leben in Vecta.
Yeah, I'm afraid I have got quite a few numbers in there this time. But yes, rund 33.000 Menschen leben in Vechta.
So I noticed. Okay, so you know where we are now. We're actually in Vecta. So I'm going to switch the screen around. And around 33,000 people live in Vecta.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on to the next phrase. And that would be a translation, official translation.
That's it.
About 33,000 people live in Vecta. And we go on to phrase 3. Now, if you want to practice and say this with me, please do. We can't hear you, but you can practice your German as there are numbers, aren't there?
Oh, yes.
You've seen them. In Vechta.
Sorry.
In Vechta. Dauerte der Dreißigjährige Krieg 1618 bis 1648 bis 1654.
Yeah, well done. In Vechta dauerte der Dreißigjährige Krieg 1618 bis 1648 bis 1654.
If you want to help me translate this as well, I'd be grateful. The years are good. I mean, I can go 1618 to 1648. Until 16. I'll come back to that. Right. Vechta was involved in the 30 Years' War from 1618.
Yeah.
From 1618 to 1648, and then till 1654. So that last bit's got me.
Yeah, well, dauern is to last. So
Yeah.
the 30-year war, and I've put in brackets when it was, which was from 1618 to 1648, which is exactly 30 years, in Vechta lasted an extra 6 years.
So
For them, the war wasn't finished until 1654.
So they had a 36-year war.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was because the Swedes decided not to give up Vechta. They kept on occupying it for an extra 6 years.
Okay, so the official translation of phrase 3 is in Vechta, the 30 Years' War, which was from 1618 to 1648, lasted until 1654. Okay, phrase 4. Seit 1298 gibt es ein Stoppelmarkt.
Seit 1298 gibt es den Stoppelmarkt.
Right. Okay. Now devices have got a market too. We know that. But the one in Vechta started in 1298. So since 1298, there's been a market, particular kind of market. Was ist ein Stoppel?
Yeah, well, there is no English translation for it. So every English text I checked had the word Stoppelmarkt as well. But I did just copy out, let me just find it again, a bit of explanation. And this is in English, so it's fine. So the Stoppelmarkt in Vechta got its name in 1577 when it had to be relocated because of the plague on the stubble field outside the city. So Stoppelfelder are the stubble fields, which are the bits of stubble left over after things have been harvested. And because of the plague, in 1577, it had to be moved onto those fields. And since then, it had the name. And it's very popular in northern Germany, which we'll find out when we read the next 2 sentences.
Okay. Long then. So the official translation then of phrase 4 is since 1298, there's been the Stoppelmarkt, which Angelika has just explained. And on to phrase 5, we'll find out a bit more. Jährlich treffen sich dort im August 800.000 Menschen.
Jährlich, not jährlich, jährlich treffen sich dort im August 800.000 Menschen.
So every year, 800,000 people visit in August.
In August, they meet there for this market. Of course, this is a general text. As far as I know, it didn't happen last year. Whether it happens this year, we don't know. But normally, it happens every year in August.
Well, hopefully in August it will. So the population of the town is 33,000, but they get 800,000 visitors. Wow.
It's a very popular market in northern Germany, so people from all over the place come there.
Okay, and the official translation is every year 800,000 people gather there in August. Okay. Next phrase, phrase 6. Sie können 6 Tage lang rund die Uhr feiern.
Sie können 6 Tage lang rund die Uhr feiern.
Können is to know. 6 days. They know.
No, können, das kennen. Kennen is to know. Können is to either can or be able to. Can is the right word here.
They can 6 days long around on the feiern is a holiday. No, help me.
Well, feiern is celebrate or party. So if we had a short sentence and just said Sie können 6 Tage lang feiern, that just would mean they can party or celebrate for 6 days. But rund die Uhr, Uhr is a clock. It's around the clock. There are no time descriptions, not descriptions, no stoppages. So it goes on literally around the clock. So it starts on day 1 and you can go any time during that day and something is going on.
So they party like heck for 6 days.
I'm not sure if those 800 people will do that for the whole 6 days, but the option is there. I'm sure some people will do.
So they can party around the clock for 6 days. Behind me is Vechta, which is where the party takes place. So people will be in and out of the shops, in and out of the inns during the course of the 6 days, even at 3 o'clock in the morning. Right.
Well, they've got
okay.
lots of stalls and all your fair things, your rides, and I'm guessing beer tents and all that. And there is no curfew; it just goes on.
It's on our bucket list then. Partying for 6 days non-stop.
Not too sure about that one. I'm quite happy giving that a miss.
Wait a minute, you didn't see that. What I meant to put on screen was this one, which is phrase 7. Der Künstler Thomas Nentwig hat in exakt 365 Tagen das längste Gemälde der Welt gemalt.
Der Künstler Thomas Nentwig hat in exakt 365 Tagen das längste Gemälde der Welt gemalt.
Right. Okay, let's take it chunk by chunk. Künstler is artist.
Yeah.
The artist Thomas Nentwig has in exactly 365 days the longest in the world made. Now, longest what in the world? Gemälde.
Painting.
Longest painting in the world. And do we find out more about this in a moment?
He painted the longest painting in the world. Yeah.
Okay.
It's nicely about the figures because it took him 365 days. And we'll see a bit more. Another interesting figure.
Right. So phrase number 8. Translation first for 7. The artist Thomas Nentwig painted the longest painting in the world in acts. Do we know how long it was?
Yeah. Wait for the next sentence.
Okay. The painting, more about the painting in phrase 8. Es ist umfasst 2008 Meter Leinwand und wurde im Juli 2008 präsentiert.
Es umfasst 2008 Meter Leinwand und wurde im Juli 2008 präsentiert.
So it was 2008 meters long, but does Leinwand mean more than that?
No, Leinwand is a canvas.
Ah, the canvas, right.
Yeah. The canvas was 2008 meters.
Yeah, okay. And was presented into July 2008.
Yeah. Hence the 2008 meters. Because when I saw it first, I thought, well, that's a weird number for a canvas. Why not 2,000 meters or 2,500 or something like this? But it was for the year 2008.
2,000 meters. That's a long way.
It is.
Is it continuous?
Yeah.
It has to be to actually qualify. So it probably takes him. Probably takes him 8 minutes to walk from one end to the other. Okay, right. And the official translation for phrase 8 is it covers 2008 meters of canvas and was presented in July 2008. Okay, phrase 9, the last phrase of this session. Das Gemälde musste zweimal den Stadtkern Vechtes gelegt werden.
Ja, das Gemälde musste zweimal den Stadtkern Vechters gelegt werden.
All right, okay, I'm just checking back because I should know this word. The painting, because I just looked back at what we said earlier. The painting must
Not must, had to be
laid twice around the town of Vechtas. Or
yeah,
it went around the
town centre. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
It went round and then it went round again.
Okay.
So actually you had to go round twice, technically speaking.
The painting had to be placed twice around the town centre. So, wow. Okay. So we know how far it is to walk around the town centre now.
Twice. Well, if you want to do the 2,000 meters.
Right. Okay, so we've been through all the sentences, and I've attempted the German. We've translated together. Now Angelika is going to read the German, and I shall read the English, and we'll just go through the sentences. In summary, it probably make more sense when Angelika reads them.
Probably makes more sense when you read the English.
No, I don't think so. Go on.
Vechta ist die Kreisstadt des Landkreises Vechta in Niedersachsen.
Translates to Vechta is the district town of the district of Vechta or Vechta in Lower Saxony.
Rund 33.000 Menschen leben in Vechta.
About 33,000 people live in Vechta.
In Vechta dauerte der Dreißigjährige Krieg von 1618 bis 1648 bis 1654.
Which I didn't expect, and therefore I didn't understand first time round, but now I do, because in Vechta, the 30 Years' War, which was from 1618 to 1648 throughout Germany, lasted until 1654. Angelika said it's because the Swedes didn't want to leave. And looking at the picture behind me, you can understand why. Angelika.
Seit 1298 gibt es den Stoppelmarkt.
Since 1298, there has been the Stoppelmarkt.
Jährlich treffen sich dort im August 800.000 Menschen.
Every August, 800,000 people gather or descend upon in August every year. Okay.
They can.
Sorry. This is live.
Sie können 6 Tage lang rund die Uhr feiern.
And this is why we should all visit. They can party around the clock for 6 days.
Der Künstler Thomas Nentwich hat in exakt 365 Tagen das längste Gemälde der Welt gemalt. See, even I get numbers wrong.
Oh, we're live. Oh no, hang on. I'm just proving that we're live. Phrase 7. The artist Thomas Nentwich painted the longest painting in the world in exactly 365 days.
Es umfasst 2008 Meter Leinwand und wurde im Juli 2008 präsentiert.
Which translates to, it covers 2008 meters of canvas and was presented in July 2008, which is why Angelika said it's 2008 meters long. Phrase 9.
Das Gemälde musste zweimal den Stadtkern Vechters gelegt werden.
And painting had to be placed twice around the perimeter, town centre of Vechta. Right, I just wanted to take, just if I may for a moment, I just want to go full screen and acknowledge, if I can, that this photo behind me is by Pavel Demblocky, and I found it while searching on Google search. So thank you for the photograph, and we can go back as we've done our duty copyright wise, because it said you had to actually mention who took the photograph. So we're being good. Everything
We're always good.
we acknowledge. We do try. Right. Okay. Well, that's the end of today's lesson. It's over to Angelika. Where are we going next week? In 2 weeks' time, by the way.
To a place beginning with W.
That's good. That that tells us a lot. There are quite a lot of places in Germany that begin with W. So
yeah, well, it's because I haven't decided yet.
well, that's a good reason as any. Over to you, Angelika, to close the broadcast.
But I know for sure it will start with W because we're almost at the end of the alphabet.
We are. And then what do we do? Do we start again?
Well, we're going to do something different. Something really tricky for you.
All right. Okay. Because
we do another alphabet.
Okay.
But not towns.
Not towns.
No.
Oh, wait for it. Come back to our next show in 2 weeks' time. We say hello to Mr. John Upton. Thank you for the comment, John. Wonderland. Yes. Or it should be it should be with a U, John. If never mind. John, thank you for the comment.
That's not a town.
Letting us know you are here. Right.
Well,
so
thank you for watching. Sorry.
I agree. Thank you for watching. And you say it first.
And we'll see you again in 2 weeks' time when we visit a place beginning with W. And until then, it's just from here.
Tschüss von mir. That's it. We're out of here. Bye.